Get ready to turn those big dreams into achievable goals. I want you to stay tuned for stories that will uplift you, strategies that will empower you, and a community that understands that sometimes the best dreams come from the smallest of pockets. Come on, this is Big Dreams, Small Pockets, where ambitions meets resourcefulness. Let's dive in. This is gonna be a hot one. Let's roll. Hello dreamers, and welcome to our very first episode of Big Dreams, Small Pockets. I'm your host James Gideon Omagor, and today we are diving into a topic that hits close to home: dreaming big and on a budget. How do you achieve your dreams and demanding desires given the limited resources? That is something that we want to explore. You know, we all have those audacious dreams that reach for the sky, but sometimes our pockets feel more like loose change than real currency. Have you ever felt so? Fear not, in today's episode, we are exploring how you can turn those colossal dreams into tangible goals without burning a hole in your wallet or even breaking the bank. Before we jump into the nitty-gritty, don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you never miss an episode. And if you find value in today's discussion, share it with your fellow dreamers. All right, let's get started. Okay, dreaming big on a budget is a unique challenge, especially here in Africa, where we want everything big, but with a limited budget. It's hard to find a fellow who doesn't make a bargain on their purchase. So I want you to feel free to drop a comment and tag the dreamers out there that you also know that they are good bargainers. You see, we want our things big. If you're talking to friends and maybe you've grown up as a child with these ambitions, people always talk big. They want a big car. They want if it's not that big, then it's the most expensive one. They want a big house. If it's not a bungalow, it's a storied house. If it's not on an hectare, you know, people always dream big. And I'm saying that's okay. It's okay to dream big, but how best do we align our dreams to the resources that are at our disposal? So that's what we want to really look into more deeply and dissect. That's what we want to look into more deeply and dissect. First up, I asked a few young people to share with me some of the things they dread to achieve. Ladies and gentlemen, out of their responses, I managed to make 20 categories. People really dream that big. 20 categories of dreams and aspirations that demand our wallet. So let's have a look at them. We are going to go one by one to just see how the distribution curve is for the dreamers out there. One of the very first category is entrepreneur success. Many people out there dread the idea of starting and growing a successful business. Those that have already started want to grow their business. And when we talk of business, we are looking at very many things. Business in all aspects, whether it's a small scale business, which with time will become scalable to maybe a large corporation or company, whether it is into retail or wholesale, quite a bunch. Many ideas roaming around the room. But also the second category is world travel and exploration. People want to go out there and visit continents and other specific countries. That is also quite demanding. You know, it is not something that you just wake up today and say, you know what, let me go to China, let me go to India, let me pass via Amsterdam and end up in Belgium. No. It is something that one has to plan for. So it's a dream. It's a big dream, especially when you're living in Africa. The other category is education achievements. My goodness. You know, when growing up, they always told us that education is power, knowledge is power, and our parents always emphasized the idea of going to school, getting a job, getting a family, and I don't know, they never used to tell us what happens after that. What happens? Because they would tell you that after school, then you get a job, then after the job, you have the family because of course you've made the money. But they never used to tell us, okay, I've done this now. what happens after the family. There was always the idea that you'll retire an old rich fellow with something on the bank account. But sometimes when reality kicks in, we have seen those that have gone before us. It's never the case, really. It's never the case. So, but education achievement is quite a big dream. And some people want to attain advanced degrees. You want to go beyond the normal certificates and get that diploma, but also upgrade to a bachelor's and get that master degree, get the PhD. My goodness, sometimes our ambition for education achievements can be to achieve degrees that are way higher than the thermometer. But well, that's a dream. That's a dream for some. Okay, another is in the fourth category we have financial independency. And with this, we mean you want to achieve a level of financial stability and freedom. And with this freedom and stability, that means you are able to afford the things that really you desire, that you yearn for, whether it's a car, whether it is luxury, or it's asset building. You want to invest in real estate, you want to put up rentals, or you want to even inject more money in your business or fund other people and invest in their dreams and goals, so that at the end of it all you can get a dividend. Well, financial independence is yet another one. And one of the things that I realized as people were telling me some of the things that they dream about, that they want to achieve, I noticed one thing, that these dreams that the dreams that we have, it's not just about us. That okay, I'm dreaming this because I want to get I. But quite a number of them are really people-centered and people-oriented, because when your life is better, then that means you can also make another person's life better. And why am I saying this? Because in the fifth category, some of the responses fell under this. And this is philanthropy and social impact. There are dreamers out there that want to make a significant positive impact on community or the world. So they are not just dreaming for themselves. They are dreaming for the vulnerable children. They are dreaming for the single mothers out there. They are dreaming of starting up organizations. They are dreaming of starting up charities. They are dreaming of funding existing charities. My goodness, this is big. This is huge. This is living for a cause. I love this. In the sixth category, we have artistic expression. You see, one wants to become a renowned artist. They want to be a musician or a writer or an author or even a podcast host, just like me. So, you see, so all these are dreams that are out there. But how do we achieve them on a budget? So we are going to tackle part of that, but also in the subsequent series to come, we are going to be hosting some quite influential people here. We shall be hearing their stories, but then we shall also be learning from them and tapping knowledge out of what they will be telling us and sharing with us. In the seventh category, we have healthy lifestyle. How do you achieve and maintain a physical and mental well-being? You see, this requires also a budget. It requires some kind of investment. If you want to be physically fit, but also most importantly, mentally stable. This is quite interesting. Yeah, it's a dream. People struggle with a lot of things and anxiety and all that. So it takes intentionality to say, you know what, let me invest in my health, in my lifestyle. So in the eighth category, we have innovative inventions. People want to invent. People want to create stuff, groundbreaking products, or even in technology. Ninth category, we have community building, establishing and leading a vibrant and supportive community. Then on the 10th, we have, in the 10th position, we have environmental conservation. You see, contributing to conservation efforts and sustainability. Yes, people are dreaming this. I recently had a friend who was talking about investing in carbon, in the carbon footprint. You see, they are planting trees, and I'm not saying a plot or an acre, but they are planting acres and acres of trees, and they are trading carbon. They're trading in carbon footprint. Well, we shall host some of those people here, and they'll tell us how this works. How do we really get money out of conserving our environment? But at the end of it all, even if it's not about getting the money, but it's about making a world a better place. I like this. So in the 11th position, we have political leadership. There are dreamers out there that dread the idea of becoming a political leader and make a positive change in the community. And this calls for a lot. It calls for a wallet, definitely. That in the 12th position, we have space exploration, contributing to or experiencing space. My goodness, this is quite something. Yeah, this is quite something. I know most of us have our kids or plan to have kids in future, and some of our kids will dream. What happens if your kid comes back from that kindergarten school and tells you, "Mommy, you know what? I want to be an astronaut." I want to be an astronaut, and we have no space center in countries like Uganda, Kenya. I don't know. Maybe we shall have to send them to America, and they work with NASA. So, well, these are all things that really need a budget and demand a wallet, of course. But how do we achieve them without breaking the bank? We shall see. So, in the 13th position, we have humanitarian work. There are people who dread the idea of engaging in work that directly helps those in needs. This seems to tie into something that we saw earlier. But also, there are those that dread the idea of cultural preservation. They are so conservative and they want to preserve and promote their cultural heritage. This is a good dream, and it does not come cheap. It will require a lot of collaboration and intentional partnerships to ensure that culture is preserved. This is a good one. In the 15th position, we have personal development, the idea of continuous self-improvement and personal growth. Yes, this is very true. Very, very, very true. We all need to add value to ourselves day in and day out. And when we talk about personal development, we're looking at things like taking up courses, or even signing up for a new language or even a new skill to make you better at what you do, help you be better positioned, so that whoever comes looking in that direction, they will find you as the best person at what you do. Personal development is quite a big one. It entails mentorship, coaching, and quite a number of things in there. So in the 16th position, we have technological advancements, contributing to technological advancements and innovations. 17, sports excellency, achieving excellence in a particular sport or athletic endeavor. There are people who want to be good athletes, and this comes with demand. It comes with quite a discipline that one has to hone and shape, so that they can be able to achieve excellence in a particular sport, be it running, be it whatever it is. Okay. In the 18th position, we have family and relationship. There are people who want to invest in building strong and fulfilling relationships with family and loved ones. 19, influential public speaking. Becoming an influential public speaker or thought leader is yet another dream that dreamers out there dread to achieve. And of course, this is also a discipline. It takes investment. One has to invest in themselves and be able to stand out amongst the crowds. And lastly, innovative education models. How do we revolutionize education with innovative teaching methods, especially in Africa? Many other times we have been taught things that are very, very outdated. Case in scenario, if you look at subjects like history, you're taught about the Maji Rebellion, you're taught about things like Napoleon Bonaparte, you're talking about Hitler, you're looking at people like Gideon Amin, whose relevance and significance in today's economy is really non-substantial. Well, the history carries value. It helps us to ensure that we don't repeat mistakes of the old. But when you're trying to look at the monetary value, some of those particular educational models used to bring on the table, really, we need to revisit that. So I want you to remember that the definition of a big dream is subjective, and what might be a huge aspiration for someone out there may differ for another. So the key is to pursue dreams that align with one's passions and values. So I just wanted to echo that, so that you don't get blown away, because some of you might think like, oh, some of those categories are really minor. Well, so what is minor to you is major to somebody else. Those are some of the top 20 things that people really want to achieve and achieve so badly. Let's take a short break. Let's take a short break and we shall be right back. Welcome back from that short break. This is Big Dreams, Small Pockets, a show that is here to inspire you, empower you, and give you insights on how best you can dream big, but also be able to fulfill and achieve some of those goals, some of those dreams that you want to achieve. So whether you are looking at starting a small scale business, for example, you want to start agriculture or maybe a retail shop. Why do I mention agriculture? In our African context, agriculture is a cornerstone of many African economies, and aspiring farmers often dream big about contributing to food security. This is a big one. So by prioritizing essential crops, embracing innovative farming techniques, and tapping into local markets, one can turn this dream into a budget-friendly reality. For example, I have a vet friend of mine. He's called Jagenda. Jagenda studied veterinary medicine, and when he finished campus, he didn't have quite the opportunity or the connection to get him started with an office job, but he didn't give up. He started rearing chicken. Thereafter, he upgraded. He was treating dogs in the community, and of course, people would pay a fee to that service. And he thought, why don't I have some good breeds of dogs that I can sell at quite a hefty fee? So he went into looking after dogs and got good breeds. I mean, with such a venture, if you start with a female breed and that has the power to reproduce and give you the advantage that you'll have puppies coming in every after how many months, whatever the case is, and that keeps you rolling. So, and that also demands, so one has to consider and weigh the possibilities of such a venture. And there could be also another venture that one might be thinking about. For example, if we talked about in one of the categories, obtaining a quality education. In an African context where education resources may be limited, I have quite a number of people that I know of, even in our community, stories of children that would love to go to school and get an education, but in one way or the other, they're limited with resources. Their parents don't have the monies, they don't have the jobs to sustain, so it becomes a challenge. So, but how do you achieve the dream of quality education? You see, you have to think of things like prioritizing scholarships. How can you look for scholarships? What are some of the scholarship opportunities that are out there? So when you get acquainted with such knowledge, you position yourself to be able to achieve this dream on a budget. And of course, we are in a digital era. There are quite a number of online courses. You might start by taking up an online course and build on that day in and day out. And there are quite a number of platforms that have free online courses. I'll be sharing some of those platforms in the link, but also if you want to know some of those platforms out there that offer free resources and tools, online courses, please just drop me a message. And of course, there are community-based initiatives that can make education more accessible without breaking the bank. All those and much more we shall discuss with time. And let's not forget that the dream of entrepreneurship. Starting a business does not have to be a lavish affair. For those of you out there that are thinking of business or you're already in a business, by focusing on local needs and collaborating with fellow entrepreneurs and utilizing digital platforms for marketing, one can kickstart their entrepreneurial journey without a hefty budget. In the East African region, we have such a good opportunity that these regions and these communities are interconnected. And with technology, the impact is enormous. There are tools such as GG, and all these can be accessed and use it for promoting your products. You see, you can start a business from home, and as it grows and gains momentum, you can shift to a business center or a location that can be accessible to your potential clients. So that is one way. Another thing is about, of Of course, there are dreams of community impact, whether it's initiating a clean water project, supporting a local artist, or creating mentorship programs, empowering young people and children out there. Aligning your dreams with the specific needs of your community can make a significant impact without requiring a massive budget. So the idea here is that whatever dream that you have, first of all, carry out a SWOT analysis. What are some of the strengths that you see around you? What are those unique opportunities that are out there that you can tap into? But most importantly, don't underestimate some of the weaknesses and the threats that you might be facing or that are a potential hazard to your endeavor and undertaking. So dreamers, here are 3 actionable steps as we climax today's show. I want to leave you with 3 actionable steps for dreaming big, but also on a budget. So first of all, if you're looking at things like agriculture entrepreneurships or even starting up a business, prioritize on essential needs. If you're a farmer, prioritize on essential crops, embrace innovative farming techniques, and tap into local markets to turn your agriculture dreams into a budget-friendly reality. We all need to tap into local markets. If you're looking at getting affordable or even accessible education, which is good quality, you want to look at scholarship opportunities, you want to be able to consider online courses that can give you a starting ground in case you are at 0 level. And of course, look around your community, look around your the people that you are with. Find out, are there some community-driven initiatives that make quality education more accessible in an environment where education resources may be limited? You might be surprised to find out that your local council or your town clerk offers certain opportunities to your community members, and you might benefit from such an undertaking. The other thing is that for all the entrepreneurial lovers out there, focus on local needs, collaborate with other fellow entrepreneurs, and utilize digital platforms for marketing. That will kickstart your entrepreneurial journey, and without a hefty budget. So remember, dreamers, your aspirations are valid, and aligning them with the resources around you can lead to an incredible achievement. Stay persistent, stay creative, and surround yourself with a supportive community. Together, we can achieve more than we ever thought possible. There is that Bible verse that I love so much. It says, "Now unto him that is able to do exceedingly and abundantly above all that we can ever think or even imagine, to him be the glory." Isn't that amazing? Our God is more than able to do exceedingly and abundantly above all that you can imagine. So that means that all that you have to do, it is interesting, all that you have to do is to imagine. If you can imagine it, then God is able to do exceedingly and abundantly above all that you can ever think about. Please, dreamers, go out there and dream big. Thank you for tuning into Big Dreams, Small Pockets. Now, until next time, keep dreaming big and stay resourceful. Remember, in our next episode, we shall have a special guest. You don't want to miss that. Hit the subscribe button and remember to share this. If you found it useful, share it with a friend. Until next time, goodbye for now.